Hello, I'm Uncle Gazza, and I'm here to help you through the coronavirus crisis. We're all working through this together. But one of the biggest issues has been toilet tissues. And the toilet roll, for some reason, people are just stocking up at home. They've got heaps and heaps and heaps. It's not necessary to do so. Why would you buy 144 rolls of toilet paper? And if you needed that to take you through the 14 days of quarantine, you probably should have seen a doctor before that. So don't stock up on your toilet paper. People are donating toilet paper to Grow Church. We don't need it, we've got heaps. And even some people, they're used to writing their names on envelopes when they put in their offerings, they're even writing their names on the toilet roll. And it's not necessary. Sue and Lou. In fact, Lou is a fantastic name for a toilet roll. Which reminds me, why did the toilet roll down the hill? Give up to get to the bottom. Which then takes me to self-isolating and working from home. We're all setting up offices at home and setting up our computers, our desks. And of course, important is to keep nourished and people have snacks. But very importantly, don't eat all your snacks on the one day. Which brings me to tea, coffee and water. We need to hydrate. Especially tea is good for you. And it reminds me, what do you call a male tea bag? Give up? A Hebrew. Which takes us back to our toilet rolls. There they are shaped as a pyramid. So I have a question for you. How do you get inside a pyramid? Give up? You just toot and come in. Well, that ends the segment today. So thank you for listening. Bye.
Oh, Gary!
Hi, Uncle Gazza again, helping you survive the coronavirus crisis. Big issue is shopping. We're permitted to go shopping, so I decided to help my wife. Now, I must admit, I'm not a shopper, and I hardly ever go. But I went to the corner store, and I bought 4 corners. I then went to the paper shop, but I found it had blown away. Then I decided to go to a store and buy a pair of camouflage trousers. I looked everywhere, couldn't see them. And then I went to the greengrocer. I did not realise how expensive fruit and vegetables are. So I asked the greengrocer, could I please have $2 worth of tomatoes? And you know what he said to me? He said, don't you want a whole tomato? This is Uncle Gazza signing out. Bye for now.
Oh, Gary!
Hi, Uncle Gazza again to help you through the coronavirus crisis. I talked about shopping yesterday, important to do, and I helped my wife. But I didn't succeed yesterday, but I tried again today. So I went to the supermarket. I went to talk to the manager because I had to complain about an item that I'd purchased. Said to him, hey, look at this jar of vinegar. It's got lumps in it. He looked at it, he looked at me and said, yeah, they're called pickles. Oh. Anyway, he gave me a ticket into their supermarket lucky prize. My number was pulled out of the hat and I won a whole year's supply of Vegemite. They gave me the prize, it was 1 jar. Then I went and bought a packet of peanuts. Now I'm so confused. I had a look at the peanuts and on the packet it said, this packet may contain peanuts. Totally confused. Then I remembered, as I was about to walk out the door, my wife had asked me to buy her a chicken to make some sandwiches. So I bought a chicken, I brought it home, and it was no good. because the chicken didn't make any sandwiches and all it did was walk around the kitchen clucking. That's from me. I'll see you soon.
Oh, Gary!
Hi, Uncle Gazza again to help you through the coronavirus crisis. Just remember, 1.5 metre social distancing. We never heard the term social distancing before. It's odd, isn't it? Not as odd as what happened 2 weeks ago. I was sitting in my study and there was a knock on the door. I opened the door and I looked down, there was a snail. I picked it up, ran to the front fence and I threw it as hard as I could across the road and into a paddock. Went back in the study. And then 2 weeks kicked along, and then just this morning there was another knock on the door. And I opened the door and there was the same snail. He said to me, "What was that for?" Anyway, I kept this snail because during this time you need to have a bit of fun. So my wife and I have been doing snail races in the backyard. And my snail is fairly fast, but I thought I could get him to run a bit quicker. So I took off his shell. That didn't work, it seemed to make him sluggish. That's all for now from Uncle Gazza. Until next time, bye.
Oh, Gary!
And welcome again to Uncle Gazza. Here to make you smile during the coronavirus crisis. There were two fish in a tank, and one said to the other, "How do you drive this thing?" And there's a story of the two antennas, TV antennas, up on the roof. They met each other, they fell in love, and they got married. Now the ceremony was fairly ordinary, but however, the reception was brilliant. What happens when a strawberry crosses the road? It turns into a traffic jam. And last one for you today. What's the difference between a fly and a mosquito? Well, the answer? A mosquito can fly, but a fly cannot mosquito. That's all for now. Bye.
Oh, Gary!
Hi, it's Uncle Gazza here to help you through the coronavirus crisis. Most importantly during this time, you need to keep fit, healthy and do some exercise. For example, every morning I get up at 5 a.m, I put on my tracksuit pants and I hop back into bed because it's pretty cold. I was doing some exercises this morning. I was wondering maybe I could learn how to do the splits. So I rang up the gym. In fact, I spoke to Jim and I asked him, "Could you teach me how to do the splits?" And he said to me, "Well, how flexible are you?" I said, "Well, probably couldn't do Thursdays or Fridays." How important is sport? Well, very important. In fact, it's mentioned in the Bible twice. In the Old Testament, it talks about tennis. That's when Moses served in Pharaoh's court. Now, cricket was mentioned in the New Testament. And this is when Peter went up to the mountain with the 11 and was bowled. I'll leave you with this story. Story of a man who went overseas for work purposes, and his wife was going to have her first baby, and the baby was coming early. And so he was called to come back, and he arrived on the opening day of the test match at the MCG. So it's pretty crowded when he was coming to the city. And so he's waiting to get to the hospital in the city, and he quickly rang the doctor, had a direct number, but he misdialed the number. And accidentally he dialed into the MCG. Thinking he was talking to the doctor, when I answered, "Can I help you?" He said, "Yeah, can you just give me an update?" And the guy on the other end said, "Sure. At the moment, we've got 4 out, We're hoping to get 2 more out before lunch, and the last one was a duck. Bye for now. This was Uncle Gazza.